I know a lot of successful people, and if you are already successful and you're in the top 1% of your industry, please shut down this video. This is not for you. This is for the other 99% of people who are struggling, trying to get to the top. If you want to know how to get to the top, watch the rest of this video. Welcome back, everybody, to another great edition of Max and TV. I'm your host, Max Lansman. We are going to be discussing how to become number one in your industry. In order to become number one in your industry, you have to be efficient, super efficient. And what I'm about to tell you, you are going to, if you actually follow what I'm about to say, you are going to become 50% more efficient at the least. And in order to stress this point, we're going to be talking over a story about a guy by the name of Ivy Lee. This story was told over by a gentleman by the name of Earl Nightingale. If you do not know who Earl Nightingale is, you need to look him up. He was the great, literally probably one of the greatest, if not the greatest, motivational speaker and character development person on the face of the planet. I heard his CD Lead the Field not once, but twice, literally life-changing. So go look it up. You can probably get it for $10 somewhere on eBay or whatever it is. So the story goes as follows. Ivy Lee was an efficiency expert. So there was a steel company, there was a small steel company that was kind of struggling, and they were looking to become more efficient and to become a better company. So they were accepting kind of, consultations from other people. And so the CEO of the steel company, or the president of the steel company, granted Ivy Lee an interview. So, Ivy Lee sits down, they sit at the boardroom, and Ivy Lee goes ahead and starts talking about how you can become more efficient, blah, blah, blah. And the president stops him and goes, "We know what to do. We just need to know how to become more efficient doing it. Can you help us do it?" So Ivy Lee quickly thought to himself for 2 seconds. He's like, "Listen, give me 20 minutes, go out of the room and come back, and I'll tell you exactly how to become no less than 50% more efficient." Okay, fine. The president leaves. He comes back, and Ivy Lee tells him something that's very simple, but probably the most powerful thing you can ever learn. He tells them, take out a piece of paper, write down the 6 most important things you have to do tomorrow. The president goes ahead and says, "Okay, that's fine. I can do that." And he writes them down on a piece of paper. It takes him a few minutes. Once he finished up, he's like, "Okay, I'm done." Ivy Lee tells him, "Now put those 6 in the order of its importance." So the president thought for the next 3 or 4 minutes and put them in the order of their importance. And so then Ivy Lee says, "Fold that piece of paper up and put that piece of paper in your pocket. And tomorrow morning you take it out, you do number one only. You don't focus on 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. You do number one. As soon as you finish number one, you cross it off, you do number 2 and number 2 only. And then goes to number 3, number 4, and so on and so forth. Once you finish all of those tasks, you throw it in the garbage, you create a new list. And you do not do anything other than that one task at one time. Try it. And if it works for you, teach it to your people, have them try it. And if it actually works out, feel free that somewhere down the road, send me a check for any amount of money you feel that this was worth to you. Number one, if you were a consultant, can you imagine literally going to a company and say, "Yeah, by the way, pay me whatever the hell you feel like it"? That's absolutely insane. But that's actually what happened in this case. Ivy Lee literally said, "Pay me whatever you feel this was worth." It was told over that in just a few short weeks after Ivy Lee left, the president sent him a check for $25,000 and a handwritten note saying the following: "The lesson was the most profitable from a money standpoint he ever learned in his life." Fast forward 5 years, and that small steel company became the #1 steel producer in the world. And a huge reason why that happened was from doing that small task that Ivy Lee said 5 years beforehand. So in 5 short years, just by implementing this very simple task, they went from being a small steel company to becoming one of the largest producers of steel in the world. So the lesson of today is do one thing at a time, write things down, take out that piece of paper every single morning. You do the number one task on your daily sheet. As soon as you finish, cross it off, you do the next thing, but you do not do two things at once. You are going to fail if you continue to do it that way. Do it this way. You are more than likely setting up for super success, being number one in your industry and being 50% more efficient at the least. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please click the like button down below for the YouTube algorithms. Greatly appreciated. And if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button down below as well. We do new videos every week, so be on the lookout for those. Thanks again for watching Maxon TV. I'm your host, Max Landisman. Until next time.